Hello everybody, it's me, Riffraff Hornhelm, and I'm back again with another presentation from the Dwarven Vault, and today we have a monster review for you. Today we're going to look at a lesser devil, specifically the Bone Devil. Now once again, this is part of our ongoing series on undead turnable creatures, and this is taken from the Monster Manual, the original Monster Manual, as used with basic Dungeons & Dragons and Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, or what is typically called today 1E. So let's talk about the Bone Devil. It's a nasty little devil, to say the very least. It has 9 hit dice, has an armor class of 1. It's definitely not the easiest thing to hit, and if you do, it takes a fair amount of damage before you would be able to significantly hurt it, so to speak. Now, Bone Devils like the cold. They come from the lower planes of hell, typically the 5th plane of hell, and because they prefer the cold, they have some cold-related abilities as well. They see in ultravision as well as infravision. And they also have a very unique ability. Once per day, they can call up a wall of ice. Not bad. What they like to do is impale you on a bone hook and then use their tail. As you can see in the illustrations, they have a segmented bony tail like a scorpion, and they'll strike you with the tail. Now, they have a chance when they hit you with the bone hook, it's like a 50% chance that they have you held in place, and that's what allows them to then hit you with the tail. If they don't hold you in place, then apparently the tail attack doesn't work. If they hold you and do the tail attack and it's successful, you have to make a save versus magic, or you lose 1 to 4 points of strength. That happens with every hit, but it is not permanent. It will be there for 1 to 10 rounds. That's a pretty nasty combination. Certainly if you have no strength, there's nothing you can do while things beat up on you, and presumably the Bone Devil would have allies or other Bone Devils near. I mean, typically they show us 1 to 3 or 1 to 6 if you're looking at it as a wandering encounter. Now, these are also very intelligent. So they are somebody you can talk to or potentially negotiate with. But like all devils, if you're negotiating with a devil, beware. And they have some additional magical powers that are fairly straightforward for it, like detect invisible, turn invisible. It pays to make sure that you look at the details. I'm not going to give you everything here in the review. The idea is to look at the character as a whole. The magic that it has is appropriate for its abilities overall, but it's not a ton. Of course, it's a devil, and all devils have certain shared attributes, like fire does no good. Okay, so recommend that if you're looking at any of these, to make sure you also see the review done on the shared attributes that lesser devils have. As a lesser devil, this is turnable. It turns on the special, which is the most difficult level of turn on the chart used for turning by clerics and paladins. As an 8th level cleric, you have a chance against this, but you have to roll a 20. That's pretty tough. So, not an easy creature to get by on the turn table, but at the same time, it's also one that's not easy to get by for a whole host of reasons. 40% magic resistance, a reasonably good armor class, lots of hit points, and a cornucopia of special powers and abilities. Not to mention the fact, so I'll mention it of course, that if it strikes you with that stinger, that you're on the hook for potentially losing 1 to 4 points of strength. That's a pretty nifty combination, and devils are to be respected within the game. They're very powerful. Make sure you prepare accordingly. Also make sure that you always carry, your party does at least, the things that you need for dealing with undead, like making really sure that you have holy water with. And I wouldn't go on any undead adventure without having some appropriate cleric support. So in talking to the greater Hornhelm community, I said, well, what about the Bone Devil? I said, oh yeah, we like the Bone Devil. That was a comment from DMs. They thought it was a fun character. They ranked it somewhere between a 5 and a 6. I generally found that all rankings for devils came in higher than they did for the lesser demons, or I'm sorry, the minor demons. And that doesn't surprise me because, frankly, devils have a lot more abilities within the context of the game than demons did. Now, in talking to the greater Hornhelm community in terms of the players, they came back and said, oh yeah, this is really nasty. They didn't like it one bit. This got a very solid 6 from everybody I spoke to. And really, from their perspective, I can understand it. It's certainly got to be daunting if you're in combat with it and it starts taking strength away from people. But I was a little surprised that they ranked it that high. Doesn't really matter. Devils are nasty business, no two ways about it. And of course, as dwarves, I mean, you know, we don't like devils. We don't like demons. We don't like undead. We don't like any of this stuff. It's all spooky, scary. It really rattles us. We like staying away from it. And devils are no different. Devils are always, always up to no good. So we stay away from it. Well, friends, that is the lesser devil known as the Bone Devil. We hope you found this interesting, informative, entertaining, all that kind of good stuff. If you did, please be so kind as to leave us a like. Consider subscribing. Share with your friends. Leave us a comment. But by all means, come back and see us again real soon. We very much appreciate your kind support. Thank you, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you again real soon. And remember, dwarves rock!